Hello everyone, my name is Cetus and welcome back to my Let's Play of Europa Universalis 4 for Italy. We've been doing pretty decent as Naples. We've taken kind of an odd spattering of territory here. In our last episode, we were kind of dragged into an impromptu war by province who was very kind and gave us this province here, which it would have been nicer if it was connected to our empire, but you know, it's kind of fitting in with this system of us having a random selection of stuff. I only just noticed that Switzerland seems oddly big, which good for them. I mean, it will suck for them when we have to inevitably attack them, but you know, it's a really strong start. And they're not really friends with many people, so that is an opportunity to expand potentially. But that's not what we're looking to do in this episode. In this episode, we're looking to try and get some of the Nile River. We have an opportunity to potentially attack Egypt and do well, because Egypt is defending against the Tunis. One of these days I'll look up how to pronounce this country's name because I'm going to be saying it in almost every episode. But for now I haven't. They are defending, and currently it looks like actually winning. The score is negative, but at the same time, they've occupied a bunch of territory. But this is their ally up here who has been occupied by the Ottomans because the Ottomans are in this war, which is very bad for them. And this is what's giving us the opportunity to attack, because the Ottomans have warned us against attacking people, but because they are at war with the Mamluks, they can't defend them. So we can attack and the Ottomans won't get involved. Now, the challenge we have, and I kind of set this up in the last episode, is do we wait a bit for them to be beaten down by the Ottomans, in which case they'll be really weak when we attack, but we risk the war ending when we don't intend, and one of two things can happen. They can take the territory we want, and then we can't get it, which would suck, or then the Ottomans can go to war to protect them if we attack, which would, I mean, we can't fight the Ottoman Empire. That's just simply how it is. So we either attack now, try and take the land we want, and just kind of sit tight until the war with the Ottomans ends, and then we can finish, clean up and take what we can take, or we wait a little bit. I think, well, let's look at some stats before we decide that. Let's open up our ledger. Armies. They have more troops than us. Equivalent manpower. If we jump over to navies, we have a much stronger navy. So we don't need to worry about the sea. We can control it. But armies, it's a little bit awkward. What are their allies who will still go into the war? These guys. And we don't even know where they are, do we? Oh, somewhere down here. So let's take another look if I can remember the name. Resort. Did I not sort by name? Okay. I'm in the wrong category. There we go. And it's not sorted anymore. 6,000 troops. Nothing to really talk of. And I don't remember the name of the other country. Was it something with a Z? No, clearly not. There's no country with a Z. Let's take an F. F-U-N-G. Similar to a Z. Am I blind? I don't see it there. What do we got? I'm not seeing it. That's interesting. Maybe we don't know what their army is because we haven't revealed their territory. Or maybe they have no army. I don't know. It's interesting. Oh no, they should appear because they should have manpower. So it must be because they're hidden from us. We don't know what it looks like. So I'm going to say let's wait a little bit and see what the Ottomans do. We're just going to kind of watch how it goes. If they're getting pushed back, we might dive in here because we just want to grab this territory. So we might kind of dive in and quickly try and take it by sea. And if the Ottomans are pushing in this way, we'll look that way as well. Because I think, yeah, they have a fort there. So we have some time to watch. Now, what else do we got going? We can build one state here. Not worth it. We only have one of the 3 provinces. We're probably never going to get the other 2 provinces. I don't even know that I particularly care about having Cyprus. It's just a vantage point to dive down here. I mean, once we have this territory, I would almost be tempted to release it to a vassal again, just so I don't have to think about it. But anyway. We could build some stuff, but we're about to go to war. I'm going to save it in case we need mercenaries. We can't convert this province yet, probably because minus 2.5 total. Non-accepted culture, territory. We're also not very good at converting as it is, which we might never be. We could get rid of the Protestant territory, but we are trying to reform. We're doing a terrible job of it, but that's what we want. And the rest of these notices don't matter that much. Some claims are going away. Countries would hire my army if I wanted. Disloyal estates, which I just always have, and my army's recovering. So let's let the speed go ahead. We're going to stay on speed 5. And just try and watch carefully for a good time. See, this is what I was expecting. Even less would come into the war now. They have a vassal? I don't think I saw a vassal earlier, but anyway. So we could dive in. I might do it. I'm getting sketched out that the Ottomans will take the territory I want, and they still might. And it might be very disappointing. Let's take another quick peek at army. See what our pre-Egyptians do. Apparently I forgot how the alphabet works. Okay, their army is down a bit. Enough that we are now more powerful. So we can get down there and survive. So let's do this. We're going to aim for that one. We're just doing this. We're going to bring our army here. We've lowered the speed. I don't want my army to be jumped while it's transporting the size over. That would be very disappointing. But, okay, they're running off that way for whatever reason. Oh, this is taking way too long for my army to get over here. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're going to detach siege, move forward. Detach siege. Ah, the Ottomans are taking that. Exactly what I didn't want. Okay, well, we'll hang on to these. It's not ideal, but it will do the job. We'll take that one. Basically, we're trying to discourage them from taking it. Or actually preventing them from taking it. Making it awkward for them to finish the war. Aristocrats don't want to serve. They just don't understand. 10 army traditions a lot. Or we'll take the corruption. Puts us up to about 1. Oh, no, currently 0.5. But we'll burn that down. It will just cost us some money. It costs money to root out corruption. And if corruption's around, it costs you money? Yeah, easier for spies. Less power for trading and such. Okay. Do we have a place where we can sit and our army won't suffer attrition? Supply limit 35. So this is actually the place. Maybe we'll keep 2 smaller armies. Because the Ottomans are walking across the territory, which is why we were taking attrition. Because it could feed my army. It could not feed their army and my army. Put our general in charge. I don't know why he wasn't. Maybe we should take what territory we can. Kind of get a head start on the war. While they are distracted. Kind of take as much territory as we want. We don't want to let them take anything back because then the Ottomans might take it while we're, you know, distracted. Not having the capital is the problem, but this is actually kind of great because the Tunis have it, but they can't take it because they have to connect through. Do we have legitimacy spare? We do. We'll take that. Get the mercantile to improve trade. So they can't take this province because they won't be able to core it. They don't have a connection to it. Actually, I think they could maybe core it. I don't quite remember, but you have to take an order. So they couldn't get there, and they don't have a sea tile to get through to it. The Ottomans would be able to take it, but they can't because it's occupied by the Tunis. So at the end of this war, probably no one will have who started the war? Oh. Who started the war? They did. So they'll probably take a huge chunk of the territory up there, which, you know, we would have liked that. But this core, this is really what we want with these trade points. Because let's look. Yeah, this province, 13.1% of the trading power. Only 1.7, but 6.7, 11.5. So just these set, 13, gives us about... I know the numbers are somewhere around 30%, but it will probably be more like 20 because there's other things that take into account, like trade presence, your power there, merchants, and a bunch of other little factors like, you know, what ideas you took and so on and so forth. So it probably won't be that good for us, but even 20% of this trade node will be very powerful. It's only... What is that a total of? It's only like a total of like 7 or 8 now. But as colonizing happens, and India starts becoming a trade power and sending stuff out, a lot of money will flow through here. You can't see it too well right now, but like India flows up through here, and then it can either go down and around Africa or up through Alexandria. So having Alexandria is a great point of just funneling trade. And then trade from over here funnels this way. And, oh, the Ottomans are down here being a jerk. We'll go that way. Oh, no, hang on. You go that way. You come stop them taking anything back. Oh, they're exiled. Are they out of the war? They might just be in the war with me now. They are. Do you guys want a white peace? No. I'm going to send you, yeah, over there. Take the capital. Let's just get them out of the war. Before we have to deal with... Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Okay. We'll just sit back up here for now. Let them finish up their war. Oh, this is good. I'm happy with this, folks. Can we take that, or do we need... The reputation would be nice, but we need a technology. So we'll wait for the technology jump. Want to stay up to date with everyone. Keep our innovation up. This one here, we have 8. It helps out with a number of things. As you can see, the army tradition and power projection. I feel like one of these is new, but I don't see anything that matters, so we won't stress about it. Patiently wait to take this fort. Do we have cannons? Okay, we do have cannons now. That's good. Cannons really help, as you might imagine, with taking forts. What is our fleet doing? Our fleet is just sitting here. Let's pull it out. Oh, our trade fleet is still out doing trade stuff? That's funny. It really should be set to go to port during war, but since we control the sea, kind of who cares? Oh, they tried to attack. That's very cute. We crushed them. Killed 6,000, lost 1,000. Perfectly acceptable ratio. I think if we take this fort, we'll be able to get them out of the war. We could potentially vassalize them. We could. We'll think about that. I don't know if a vassal here would help us out that much, but we'd rather do stuff in Italy. Quarantine. So this one's always interesting. I probably skip past a bunch of these because I just automatically hit quarantine the port. It kind of has less impact. Like local trade power goes down if you quarantine it, and it doesn't if you don't. But I've never not had the virus spread if I don't quarantine. Never. I mean, it must happen. There must be times when you do better by choosing this option, but I've never seen it in hundreds of hours of playing this. So I just got to the point where I just quarantine. Don't mess around. Just quarantine and move on. There we go. Up to date on that. So we can concentrate on getting our ideas up. How is this at 71 and not taken? Okay, here we go. Now let's pause for a second. Let's think about this. Do we want to vassalize them? Because we could. I think we have 2 relationships we could have. So we could do this and still have another ally. What does it gain us? Oh, okay, look. They closed the war and they took all this territory. I didn't see that happen. That's cool. I might do this just so I have a place that sits armies down here. Again, it would be better to vassalize and do stuff up here and etc, etc, etc. But it interests me to do this. So let's sue for peace. Demand. Vassal. They won't do it. That's fine. Oh, I can't move there because of this. Hopefully that's a big enough army to siege the capital. It is not. Okay. So we have lots of money. So what I'm going to do is get some mercenaries. Because you can build mercenaries in enemy territory that you've conquered. You can't build your own troops, but you can hire mercenaries. So 3 more troops should get us over. I'm going to guess this takes 10k to siege. So we'll bring that down. They want peace. But no. No peace for them. There we go. So that's sieging. Do they want to accept being my vassal? No. And I'm not seeing any armies. I think the Ottomans wiped them out too badly. Cool. I'm good with this. Still don't want to do that. It's kind of funny. I think I made a big talk in the beginning of this series about not expanding too much and just going for Italy, but you know, I'm not very good at that. I'm an expansionist. One day I'll play just toll. And I do think having this trade node will help us as times go on and, you know, trade starts flowing more aggressively. Yeah, you want peace? You want to give me what I want? No? Okay then. Then go away. We'll right click that to make you declined. That is a big army. That is going to kill my army. and I can't hide it. So, I've basically been caught out of position because this fort and this fort are trapping us from coming together, and I wasn't thinking about that. And they're gonna crush this. Oh, they should. If they were smart, they would crush this army. What are you guys doing? I mean, I don't mind, but also, what are you doing? Please get lucky and siege that, because the defense is much easier. And I don't know why you don't just attack my army. Please, 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 because then you could run away. Great. Run away. Run away. Actually, let's split you up and you can take shit now. Be good if that finishes as well. Because now I own this fort. They can't move up here. So now we're protected. Okay, we're going to bring this army over here. We're going to pull our army together for the war. And then they will be defending, which is advantageous for us. This is going to be one big fight. And actually, what we might need is a better general. Because I'm looking at this. Let's pause. I have a 1-star general. 1, 2, 1. So 1 fire, 2 shock, and 1 maneuver. He has a 2-star general that is a 2-5-0. So, without getting into the specifics of what the individual things do, let's just consider that a total of 7 bonuses to fighting. And I have a total of 4. So you can see why that gives him an advantage. And we have about equal troops. Now I think we have the military tech advantage on them by, what is that, 1? By 1. And that will help. Out of curiosity, let's go to army quality, war enemies. What am I looking for? Tradition. We have higher military tradition. We're more professional. Same defensive, same siege. Disciplines equal. This is the important one because morale wins wars. We have higher. That is fantastic for us. But I still kind of want a better general. So at 40 army tradition, let's just hire a new one and see what we get. Oh, 331. So that's 7. So that equals out to him. But on top of that, we get 2 siege pips, which means when we're sieging places, he'll be way better at that. This is a fantastic general. I'm very pleased with that. Now let's step in here and try and ruin their day. Now we're going to do a lot of damage before the full size of their armies here. So we're going to win this. We're losing a bunch, but the victory will be ours. It was closer than I expected though. Let's see, we lost, let's pause. We lost, what is that about? 5, 6, 7, 8-ish, 8.5, or 18.5, and they lost 6, 7. That's about 22. So that was a good fight for us. And now they're retreating down this way. So let's blindly chase down after their army and see if we can just obliterate it completely. Because if we can hit them before they recover their morale, they'll be super weak. And they don't have forts to prevent me chasing them. Yeah, so they have no morale, as you can see by this little ball. And we're just going to step in here and butcher them. Just brutally butcher them. Which is great. This time we lost a lot less troops than them. We're going to just quickly stomp this little army. then we're going to chase them back. You guys want peace yet? You still don't want to accept being vassalized. Oh well. Anyway, this episode's gone a little long, and I think that's a good place. We're clearly in a good position to win out this war. We just kind of need to clean things up afterwards. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.